If you haven't already noticed, you exist. Hi, my name is Stella, and I do apologize to anyone in the audience who hadn't realized and who would have just had quite a shock, but we must move along to the matter at hand. Matter. You exist because you're made of matter, which is defined by anything that has mass and takes up space. Since matter takes up space, it is matter and it takes up space because it is matter, which takes up space because it is matter because, well, I could go on, however, time is short. You are here because you are made of an unimaginable number of unimaginably small things that withstand all chemical and physical changes, and that have existed and will continue to exist forever, making you an intricate piece in life, the universe, and everything. But why does all of this matter? Well, the fact of the matter is that I don't really know myself. I have always been frustrated by my own matter, the unavoidable space it takes up, and been irritated by its importance. I have also decided that I need to know why. Which is why I'm about to introduce Stella Philpott's 100% completely comprehensively and totally reliable 5-step process to knowing everything ever, probably. Step 1 is identification. As I'm sure every dictionary writer will inform you, definitions are a tricky business. An embarrassingly large portion of unsolvable problems remain that way due to a misinterpretation of the problem itself, which leads to error in solving it. To explain this, I want you to picture that your Windows desktop computer from 2008 won't turn on no matter how many times you whack the side. You might try pressing the on button more times than necessary, or maybe you'll direct a few colorful words to the screen, and then pretend to ignore it as if it can see you. Of course, you'll only realize that it wasn't plugged in until after you've reconsidered your life and finally decided to purchase a MacBook. To define the real issue without going through all of that, I find it helps to momentarily pretend you are a child who thinks asking why after every answer is the funniest thing in the world. You can follow this trail of whys to the end of the earth and back again. And once you reach the end of it, the root cause will lie before you. So why does it matter that the computer isn't plugged in? Well, it needs an electrical charge, and it isn't getting one. Why? It's a computer. Why? Well, I don't know. It can't have chosen to live that way, because I'm sure if it had, it would never have chosen to be a Windows desktop computer from 2008. Why? Well, we better blame this debacle on 2008 Windows CEO Steve Ballmer. Metaphor aside, the visible problem is that the concept of my matter frustrates me. Why? Because I can't figure out why. Why? Because I don't know why. Every good scientist will tell you that there is no way to know anything for certain. But for the sake of science, I am going to try anyways. Step 2 is the method. So the problem is that I don't know why the concept of physical space takes up so much space in my head. But what do I do about that? Well, whether the problem is that you're being slowly pecked to death by pigeons, or you need to sneeze, but you can't, the best way to go about it is to ignore the pain and observe the problem in the most objective way imaginable. Take a step back, see the bigger picture. This is not a physical or emotional problem, this is just a problem. And the most reliable way to solve any problem is using the scientific method. It all of a sudden becomes very simple. I create multiple hypotheses, test them against my knowledge, and if I'm lucky, find the answer. Step 3 is trial and error. Do I play sports? Am I overly concerned with eating healthy? Do I care about my appearance? Am I a physicist studying the properties of matter? Does my upbringing and comprehensive existence create a need to take up an appropriately small amount of space because of the people I was raised with and by, i.e. my immediate family? Well, no, not as much as I should, not particularly, definitely not, and well, probably yes. Although this stage is entitled trial and error, and there hasn't been all too much error yet, certainly it can't be that easy. But no, I cannot stand the irrefutable fact of my matter and physical space, and I grew up sharing a C-section scar with a little brother who took up an overachieving amount of it. It all adds up, and nothing has happened. This is when you figure out that your desktop isn't plugged in, but don't realize that its constant malfunction is because it's literally a Windows desktop computer from 2008. This false answer is standing in my way, and if I can't move forward, the only other option is to move back. Step 4 is the retreat. So where did I go wrong? I got an answer, but apparently not the one that I was looking for. Simply knowing something about myself has never been enough. I could and have repeated this process from my phobia of insects to why my hair is brown, and the same thing would and has happened. I dig up the answer and I leave unsatisfied. Singular answers to singular questions are downstream solutions. They lack continuity and, most importantly, use. If I know everything about myself, from the interactions between my organ systems, my thoughts, all the way down to my atoms, which have existed forever and know everything, there is a promise that I can know everything about all of you, about the city, about the country, about the world, and then the past, and then the future, and maybe even the present, about strangers, about friends, about family. And it just so happens that I know everything about myself, but why I want to know that in the first place. Step 5 is the answer. All right, fine, no more tricks. Now that my dilemma is accurately defined, for real this time, I should arrive at the answer. And yeah, I'm not getting anything. The strikingly average Arthur Dent was not faced with the task of finding the ultimate answer of life, the universe, and everything, but with the burden of discovering the question. Of course, it ended up being what you get when you multiply 6 by 9, but he was taught more by the hell of the journey it took to get him there than the ultimate question or answer ever could. So 2 options, and only 2 options, remain for this dead-end definition I have. Either I set the dictionary and its false promise of answers on fire with a blowtorch, or I could wonder if its purpose is to just be, to take up some space without material or immaterial value. Why does matter take up space? Because it's matter. It just does. I do hope your problem-solving journey ends in epiphany, or maybe just a working Windows desktop computer, which are really the same thing at the end of the day. But most importantly, thank you, ESA, and thank you all very much for your time and space.